Welcome to another episode of the Smile series with Dr. Amy. This one is going to be fun. We're going to be talking about beauty, confidence, and attraction. And what does a smile have to do with it all? I'm your host, Sekene Anu, and I'm the founder of Iconic Womanhood. And I am here with a true iconic woman, Dr. Amy. Welcome, Dr. Amy.
Thanks for having me.
Once again, let's get right into it. So, you often say your smile is your business card. Tell us about that.
This is actually one of my favorite topics because it has to do with confidence. And confidence isn't just seen, it's something that you have within you and something that is felt. So that is your first business card, because before you come into a space, a room, your smile, no matter how little, can make even more impact than the biggest and the loudest word you're going to use to introduce yourself. So this is something that I've seen, and this is why I call this your business card, and why this is your number one currency, because you have it. Use it.
You have it. Use it.
Yes.
So your smile introduces you. It gets people to trust you.
Yes.
It gets people to lay down their guard, right?
Correct. It's energy.
It's
and
energy.
It's deep energy, and you're able to tell people who you are in a way that, without words, they're able to remember you, right? And I always like to say, especially women, right? You want to make sure that you don't just take this for granted. It should be a biggest or one of the biggest part of your brand, and you want to make sure that you use it, abuse it, because it's actually going to increase our presence. And as women, we actually need that.
We surely do. It's funny because most of us spend more on our clothes than we do on our smiles.
Correct.
So your smile goes with you everywhere, no matter what.
Yes.
You could be wearing nothing.
Yes.
But as long as you're wearing a smile.
So you're wearing a smile. So now I know you might be looking at that Gucci bag or that Polen bag. Okay. But your smile is one thing that you wear every day. You don't need to change it. It doesn't expire. It doesn't get out of fashion. And you can wear that smile in every space you go, and it's going to be definitely making an impact for you and opening doors for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
So you think a smile gives people an advantage?
Certainly.
Yes.
It gives you. I don't want to talk about this just for women, because I've had situation where, a woman wanted to change her smile and she's like, okay, I'm not too sure. I'm going to ask my husband, if it's something, and then we're going to come together to make that decision. And guess what happened?
What happened?
When they came together, while the woman was procrastinating and trying to get more validation, when the husband came, he's like, look, this is everything I need now. I want that confident smile now. And guess what? He started immediately.
He didn't
without
ask for
having to ask
permission.
for permission. And so men also, pay really so much attention. It makes them look competent, confident. It's not just about beauty. So much.
Yes, it goes a long way. It's interesting. I remember having a conversation and with one of my clients and really having to say she was brilliant, great at what she did. Right, we've seen men go through this as well, as you've said, but because certain cultures, she was from the UK, and in the UK, they don't have the same culture of, and this is a broad stroke, of kind of dentition. The way in the US, we tend to be a bit more focused on that.
Yes.
And so I remember having a conversation with someone giving feedback because she had done a presentation, but they said I couldn't take her seriously because she had gaps in her, she had a few teeth pulled and just, I think they call it a dark corridor.
Yes, black corridor.
A black corridor.
From either a missing tooth, a very narrow jaw, from crowded teeth. So, and this is valid for us here and people who are CEOs of their companies, and maybe taking high positions in government, and knowing that your appearance actually speaks even before your words, and you want to make sure that the smile is the focus, especially during COVID, where everybody was on Zoom and most of this, online meetings. I think it's still on. What you see, it's not the shoe, it's not the bag, right? It's not the Ferrari that you've parked, in the garage. It's actually your smile. So it will make you not just attractive, but professionally and personally, confident and competent. Yes. You don't want any distraction, in your smile, or at least from that appearance, because it's the number one thing.
It's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Yes, both the external perception of you and your internal perception. We had a conversation, and I was sharing with you. I saw this, it went viral. It was a viral TikTok video, and there was a guy that was saying that he could not date a woman if her dentition was bad, if her teeth were bad, or if she was missing a tooth or something like that. And I've also seen women say the same, that they can't, I can't date a man who doesn't have great teeth.
Yes.
And we were, we were talking about that. What do you think about that?
Yes. So again, I'm so glad that it's coming from the other end, but those are stories that I also hear, in my office. But one thing I'll say is that the number one drawback is actually not the person who is assessing the person to date or assessing that person's smile, is the person who actually doesn't have and is not confident with his smile, is actually disqualifying himself even before he gets disqualified. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
So because that confidence, people will see it, and we know that a genuine smile is really magnetic. You're unstoppable. You come in, it just, it just lights up the room.
It does.
So I've also seen people repeating what you've said, because you see, if you're not able to take care of your teeth and smiles, and they judge that to say, okay, how kept is this person? That's it. So it's all about your hygiene and how kept you are, how organized you are. Yeah,
that's true.
It translates into other aspects of your life, and that's the perception. Is it true or false? I'll leave it to you.
I'll leave it to you. Perception is reality.
It
is reality. So investing in your smile is investing in your brand, is investing in your life.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. A lot of people think that smiles are vanity, but I think in the conversation we've just had now, you've shown that it is value. How do you guide your patients when they come in to show them and explain to them that it is really value? How do you do that?
So this is really asking some of these validation questions to the patient, because every person has his own drive, purpose, and I ask them, why? Why do you want this? How important is it for you to have straight teeth, white teeth, aligned teeth? And and based on that, I'll be able to align with what they really expect, right? And make sure that it's an honest conversation and an honest journey. So at the end of the day, I want to make sure that people understand that is an investment, but it has to come from them.
Yeah.
So I hardly say, okay, you need this, you must get that. No, I ask those questions. How important is this to you? What will change? How do you picture your future self?
Yes.
Right? And based on that, it's for you to say, okay, are you ready to make that journey? And most of the time people ask me, so doc, it's fine, I'm ready. What do I need to do? So for me, that's the most powerful right aspect, because they're able to really project themselves into their future life. And I tell even parents that after school, beyond the degree, the smile is one thing that will open doors for your child. I mean, how will I attend an interview if I'm not confident? People won't even look at the CV.
Very true.
I won't make it.
Very true.
It is an investment.
That's again, I love the way you go about your work, because it's not just giving a prescription or like prescribing a course of action, right? It's really holding up a mirror to them and then letting them come to a place of truth. As a coach, I deeply relate to that, because there's an empowerment that happens even when they listen, they hear you, they see it, and they make their own decision.
Yes,
Amazing.
that's a more long-lasting impact, because they are co-owners of the journey.
100%.
Yes.
We're talking about dating confidence and the power of a smile, and it's interesting to me how many people don't think about the value of smiling and how that is, I think, step one to flirting. People want all the secrets and whatnot, but honestly, it starts with a great smile. Like if I meet a gentleman and he has a great smile, he gets my attention for sure.
Amazing. Certainly, because I think beyond the attraction, there's that you will know that the person has respect for himself and the person cares about himself.
That
So
part.
we need to just separate the attraction part from that. There's the health part, because we're all in this world, to build a future, together with a partner who also has the same value in terms of caring and about himself and doing the right thing, whether it's from the body, the mind, the soul, and the smile is just one part of that, and a very big important part of it. Now, of course, I don't want to speak about the young generation. We're on social media, we're taking selfies and all that, and all the TikTok, smiles, and so it's all about what the smile shows at the end of the day, and it is at the center of what we do, and it's not negotiable, I'll say.
Non-negotiable. It's self-care and self-respect. Let's explore something a little different but connected, right? Because sometimes people try to get a cookie cutter smile in the quest for this beauty and sort of getting the advantage of a great smile. They just get kind of a smile that is, they want perfection. But you have a slightly different philosophy here.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about this.
I always say that looking at people, we're different. People are shorter, taller, a rounded face, triangular face, square face. The teeth actually, take from there. You have a different personality too, and in designing your smile, that has to be, built into the entire design. It's what we call visagism. I think I mentioned it in one of the previous series, and I love the fact that we cannot do better than what God has done, but coming as close as possible is to build some of these imperfections, right? Because looking at your face, you'll realize that your right face and your left are not the same.
Yes,
maybe
some
one
asymmetry.
eye is slightly lower. Maybe you have one part of the lip that's slightly so that's how we are made, right? So we have to flow with that so that we don't create another unbalance that suddenly makes you look like the teeth are not part of your face, part of your character. So that comes with experience,
Yes.
So your identity is very important, and your dentist must be able to connect that in designing your smile, either with braces, aligners, or veneers. It's all part of it.
It is. It's a sophisticated way of approaching it. And I find, like all luxury and like all things quality, right? It's the subtleties. The ability to recognize, like you said, there's a little asymmetry in this face. And so rather than pursue a perfection that will be jarring, let's lean into the natural asymmetry that is actually beautiful. I actually think perfection is boring. It isn't, and it's not realistic. But just a little twinge of, just a little something.
Je ne sais quoi, right?
It's the je ne sais quoi, exactement.
So we don't want those chiclets.
Yes, we don't want the
teeth
chiclets.
and pianos. No, it's you and how, we just have to enhance your own original beauty.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's what
love
matters.
that. I love that. Like the African smile.
Yes. If you want a gap, then, we'll give the gap.
Yes, we
Yes,
have the
because
gap.
it's part of your, your statement.
Your identity.
Yeah, and your identity.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So the smile, beauty, currency, confidence, value. Once again, Dr. Amy has brought us to a beautiful place where we have been able to discuss the power of a smile. I hope that you are encouraged to have a powerful self-care standard that includes taking wonderful care of your teeth. And if you're a dentist, your work matters. Make sure you check out the Wealthy Dentist Academy and watch out for the Africa tour of the masterclass, the seamless masterclass for veneers and other restorative procedures. Again, we've had an incredible time. Keep watching, we have more to come in the Smile series with Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy, once again, thank you.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.